hot. I'm ready. Love and live. Let's go. Love and live show. Motivation speakers. Positive affirmation. Tune in every week. We need a Monday family meeting. Relationship advice on Wednesday so you don't go creeping. Thursday game time. Come in and unwind. Friday night shout out time. Creators grind and shine. Pop up at the pop up. Shop up at the shop up. Get your bomb.com seasons for your potluck. Tropical morning for your royalty. Love and live empire bringing all the heat. Heat. It's time to turn up. You wanna taste that heat? Try to taste the heat. Hot sauce, that sweet heat is banging like this beat. Chocolate burning, love, mild watermelon. Heat. Dynamite's the truth. Have you favorite nephew, Lenora. She know it's the truth. Chris. Everybody love Chris. Love and live show.
It's the love and live show. It's the love and live show.
Love and live.
It's the love and live.
We be laughing, having fun.
Get up, please stay. Love and live. Get up, please stay. Love and live.
Love and live. Each day as if it was your last.
The love and live show.
Smooches.
The love and live show. Love and live.
Yep. This is Love and Live Shots.com.
I've been knowing about it.
Right. Hello.
I've known about it for a while.
How is everybody doing today?
Hey.
All right.
How y'all doing? I don't see the chat. Hey, how you guys doing? How's everybody? You know, it's Prime Day, y'all. You know, and so I've been really invested in my Prime Day. It's a relationship between me and Amazon, and I just really feel like we should talk about relationship since it is a relationship advice day, that I have a relationship with Amazon. And I am letting you guys know that we're about to, have a little split until sometime in October when Prime Day comes back. So,
So you and Prime are going on a break, is what you're saying?
no, just Prime. It's Prime Day. We're going on Prime Day deal. Me and Amazon, we still
So
steady.
you and Amazon have a strong relationship?
Yeah, we've been
That's
together
right.
for a while, but me and Prime, it's like, he goes out of town, and then when he comes back, we spend all of our time together. And he spends time with me for 2 days, and it's just nonstop, just me and Prime. And then when we go, then it's, you guys know how it is. Don't you guys have relationships like that?
Okay, well, we see Queen Lenore's acting up here today with this Prime
Okay,
situation.
whatever. I'm being honest.
But we're going to go ahead and get into the chat. We have some folks to welcome in, so we're going to go ahead and do that. How are you feeling today, Queen Lenore?
Oh, better. When I woke up this morning, my whole body was like quirked up. I slept wrong the whole night. And I never made it work out right because I didn't want to get up. Oh, my goodness. Oh, no. So then when I went to physical therapy this morning, she worked me out. I was tired. I needed a break. Oh, y'all don't know. I was wore out. Woo! You would think I was at a personal trainer today instead of physical therapy, but just saying.
Well, we have some people in the chat. Are you ready for relationship advice
I
today?
am
You got
so
any
ready
questions
for
that you want to
advice.
thinking of or anything like that? Or are you just going to go with the flow for today?
Well, I have plenty of relationship advice things that we could talk about, but I want to hear what the first one is, and I need to know what's the main one on the...
Yeah.
thing is.
Exactly. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into the chat. Starting from the top, we got Sweet Raspberry Muffin. Sweet Raspberry Muffin in the building saying hi.
She throws us off every time. She always come up with a new name.
How you doing, Sweet Raspberry
I can't
Muffin?
keep up with the names. Sweet Raspberry Muffin.
Sweet Raspberry Muffin in the building. We also got somebody in, Mr. Blue Carpet himself. Let's roll it out. We have Prince Daniel. Prince Daniel is in the section.
Prince Daniel.
How you doing? He said, "Hey, Lion Queen, how are you feeling today?"
I'm feeling good.
All
yes.
right. Prince Daniel also says, "Everybody loves Chris." He
Yes.
said, "It's my favorite day of the week. Relationship advice."
All right, that's what I'm talking about. Woo woo.
All right, we also got to open up a file, not just any kind of file. We have
Yeah, the Bud
Files.
Files.
Bud Files in the building
Yes.
saying, "Hello, peoples."
Hey, how
What's
you
going
doing?
on, Bud Files? Hope you guys are
It's here.
enjoying
It's
your
going
day over there.
everywhere.
So, with that being said, we got to get, of course, into relationship advice for today. And, you know, every week we do this thing where, you know, we go ahead and look at the title and thumbnail of the video. But Queen Lenore, she doesn't get to see it. So, it's going to be her first time seeing the title and the thumbnail. And, you know, we're going to go ahead and just take a little time and allow Queen Lenore to look at that. So I'm trying to get that set up for y'all right now to be able to see it. But yeah, look, now she's looking very stoic.
Yeah, because now I want to see
You
it, and
anticipating.
he's everywhere, and I can't see it.
Yeah, I'm getting everything set up for her to look at it for today. But
Why are you doing that? Let me tell y'all. So, you know, I'm trying to get myself together, ready for my packaging. So today I get my desk, and then I'm pray that my daughter puts the desk together, and then I'm gonna put my printer and stuff on there. But I got these cute little candies that goes in my little gift thing, and it's so cute. I'm so excited, and I'm about to order some more. But you know, I gotta wait because I'm giving this person one more day to get it together, and then if not, then I'm just gonna have to create.
all right, here we go. So this is it right here. All right, so we're gonna move our heads up out the way, and it says we don't go anywhere.
Well, she mean.
We don't go
Why
anywhere.
she so mad?
Why is she mad? We don't go anywhere, so
And she looking at her little kid that way? She telling her kid, why don't we go anywhere?
we don't go anywhere.
Is that what happened? She mad at the
We're gonna
child?
have to figure this out. So let's
But
look.
you got a little girl up there. She mad at the girl. The girl like this, I don't need to go nowhere.
We're gonna look at the title.
She isn't mad. Like, she is furious.
We're gonna look
Oh
at the
my
title.
goodness.
We don't go anywhere fun without his child.
We don't go anywhere fun without his child.
Mm.
Oh.
So, you know, she's upset. She's like, all right, we don't go anywhere fun without his child.
Mm.
And she's having a problem with that one.
Mm.
So we're going to go ahead and let that one cook and simmer for a little bit. And while that's going
We
on...
might not want to hear what Queen got to say, but hey, we'll see.
You might not want to hear what Queen Lenore got to say about that.
Not on that conversation. Well. What's the first topic for today?
All right, so we're gonna go ahead and get into the first one. We're gonna start off. I have some heavy ones over here too, so I'm trying to find one that's a little bit more lighter for today. But yeah. So this is a tough one. Some people, they get in a friendship, or sometimes, you know, one friend is a little bit more into things than the other. And so this has happened to this young lady. They are, well, that's the thing. They're young, but they kind of in that verge of maturity. So this is kind of catching her. So they're just now stepping into their 30s. Her and her, best friend, or at least she thought. And your best friend, he just came out and confessed it. He said he had feelings for her. He'd been having feelings for a while, but, you know, he really just had to express it to her that he wanted to be with her. And she's not feeling that. But she definitely does want to be friends still. So she wants to know, is it possible, and how could she repair their friendship after he confessed his love? So it's like your best friend right now, oh, I love you. But you're not really feeling them like that. So how can you continue a friendship when that kind of splits the dynamic? What would you recommend for her?
Well, it's really not up to you.
Mm-hmm.
It's really up to him if he want to be friends with you. You can't save the day on that. He told you his feelings, and he might need time to be away from you to get over the feelings of having this. He's saying he loved you, so he's trying to get over the feeling.
Jeez, no, that's right in my eyes.
But so that's just how I look at it. I just look at it as a thing, because I remember, and I've told you guys this. I told one of my best friends that I liked him or whatever, and he was like, "Well, I don't look at you like that. I look at you like a sister." And I said, "Okay," and I kept moving. We just stayed friends. I didn't care anymore. I wasn't gonna try. I never tried any further about it. He probably don't even remember me saying it, because that's just how I completely leave it alone. Because once I have it in my head, that's what it is. See, I like to put it out there, like, oh, okay, I like you. And then if you go, oh, I'm not looking at you like that, then I go, oh, okay. And then I leave you alone. Oh, I can see better. Why did I got the glasses on? Okay. But then I so then I move on. But if a guy tells me, he loved me, and I say, I'm hoping that he will move on. But I don't know what his intentions are. I never fell in love, because if I didn't tell you I like you, I'm not going to put all my heart into something. So I feel like you have control over that, but he might not he might be looking for a serious relationship, and you just seem to be the one that he want to be in a relationship with.
Yeah.
So then he might just want to cut it off from you, because it's the best, because he needs time to breathe and get it out of his system. Now, he might be like me and be like, jump in, okay, we be friends. But remember, I'm always saying this, the moment you say we want to be friends, keep that in mind, because the door don't open back up. And I have always been like that. You can even ask my husband, Chris. I asked him, I said, where do you think this is going between us? And he said, well, I want to be friends. And then I said, okay, well, I'm just letting you know, because we had this big old flirting thing, and we flirting, at the place he took me out, and we went to shoot pool. And, he was, flirt, trying to get in Queen's draws. Let's get real. So I was like, what do you see us? What do you, And he's like, I just want to be friends. Well, I said, well, then I'm just letting you know, once we in a friend zone, it ain't coming out of the friend zone. So don't think, in a couple of months or a couple of weeks, we gonna be together, because once I put you there, you stay there forever. You better ask all these men. Well, I don't care if I put them in the friend zone or they put me in the friend zone. Once we in the friend zone, the relationship is over. You don't get to come back and be like, oh, now I want to be with you. I don't do that. Mm-hmm. I don't like playing games like that. And for some reason, men like to play those type of games. It ain't really a woman type of game to play that way. But as a man, she might like you but don't want to be with you. And the reason I say that, because women are like, something about you, we ain't clicking in a relationship, I don't want you. Now, unless you do some major change and become a man that she is wanting, she really ain't gonna never take you out the friend zone. That's just how it is. But more men will say friends, because they too scared to be in a relationship, and then be like, hey, but Chris hurry up and change his mind, because I was like, and we didn't start being together that day that he changed his mind. It took a couple of weeks, some weeks before we got together. I just wanted to know the journey that we were going to go to meet up to be in a relationship, because what I don't do, that everybody mad at me on YouTube about what I don't do, is we ain't dating for 18 years and then deciding to get together. We just ain't doing that. After, you get a certain amount of time, I will break the relationship off. We can still see each other, but I'm just letting you know I'm seeing other people too. We ain't just staying focused on one person. Y'all be wasting time.
We're going to go ahead and welcome somebody in. We've got...
I am Shakita D.
She's stepping in, feeling uniquely
lavish.
All right, we got Shakita D in the building.
Shakita D. Check out her video today.
People.
Yes.
What's going on? How you doing, Shakita?
Yes, go check out this relationship advice. Me and Shakita's relationship has been, rocky, but we always cool. Anyway, go check her out. She was looking cute in these clothes, and she just keeps it real. And if you want to see a try on where they just keeping it real, check out Shakita D. I should be a commercial advertiser.
Yeah, it should
Until
be.
you tell me to do a commercial, and then my mind.
Then you get on spot. Yeah, you wouldn't.
Then
be
I don't
doing-
wanna
it'd
do
be
it.
different. You like, what's the script again?
What am
I
I
don't know
gonna say?
how should I say it? What's the tone?
Yeah.
Am I saying this right? Then you're gonna get all self-conscious about it. Yeah. Or on live. Yeah. Oh, shout out to this person. You know what? I got this product right here, y'all. I'm gonna tell y'all why y'all should buy this.
Okay, as long as we got
That's
that
a
out.
relationship advice we have to be talking about here.
Okay. But what you
um,
think?
I think in a situation like this, like you said, it's very circumstantial. Like, it depends. Some people, they can get over it. Some people, they can't. And I wouldn't necessarily say jump into it thinking that just because you feel some way, the other person is going to want to continue being on that same train of thought. If he had feelings for you, I mean, it's kind of hard to just shake those feelings. And he was, of course, able to muster up his courage or whatever it may be to let you know he had feelings for you. And when you deny them, decline them, whatever it may be, you might not see it on the surface level, but that definitely did have an impact. And so, you know, whether that's he just doesn't want to necessarily be around you as much because of that, or now he can't, you know, see y'all being friends since he's took that leap. Maybe he feel like it was too awkward or whatever it may be. You know, there's plenty of different ways that it can be interpreted, or many feelings that can be had with something like this, you know, getting shot down pretty much. And in terms of still wanting that friendship, of course we always want that friend, and of course we would, you know, still want them around despite what they may be feeling.
Yeah.
But you have to look at his perspective on it. And I don't think I've really seen many situations where people just bounce back after that stuff and just want to be friends. But exactly, like with exception like Queen Lenore, but you have to think on a wide scale. I don't think a lot of people are really doing that. And if he is doing that, then of course you can have that discussion. But I think you should go in it with no expectation.
Yeah, and don't be pressuring them. You can
Yeah.
say, can we still be friends? You can even ask the question.
Yeah.
Can we still be friends even though I'm not feeling you the way you feeling me? Can we still be friends?
And I think that's the
then,
best way.
Yeah, and then you have to be mindful when you say that, not to do anything relationship. So don't be sitting on the couch, cuddled up,
Yeah.
laying your head on the shoulders. Nope. You
Yeah,
sit on
playing
one
with
end of the
emotions at that
couch
point.
and he sit on the other end of the couch. Don't do things that gonna give him mixed signals, because just like I tell men don't do it to women, women don't do it to men. Don't give those mixed signals, because then you never know. You playing with somebody's emotion and they get crazy and get mad.
So yeah, definitely. And Shakira said yes commercial.
There you go. See,
Okay.
I'm
So,
ready.
We got this next one right here. And I think this is a good one because Queen Lenore, you got a business, right?
Yes, I do.
You know, you will picture yourself a businesswoman. Right?
Yes, I do.
So let's picture this, okay? Of course, you got me, and I'm a great business partner. But let's picture this: you had a different business partner.
You just give me
You
your own
then built
kudos,
up
aren't
a
you?
company, and this situation happens to you. So
What's the situation?
yeah, so we've got two business partners right here, and they've had a long running relationship. They've seen their business really, you know, turn to a successful note. And, you know, as they started building up, of course, they have to hire different employees. And so his employee decided to, you know, get a secretary. And so as his business partner got a secretary, things were cool. Well, you already know the trope that happens with the secretary. Him and his secretary had an affair. And so with that being said, he wants to know what's the best way for him to navigate this to not affect the business. Because this is a big drama, and he's trying to make sure that the business is in good shape. And with something like this happening, this seems like, a lot to manage. Of course, them being business partners, he also does have a, semi-friendship with him and his wife. And all this is just now kind of
Oh,
just...
is he having an affair?
Yeah.
He's cheating on his wife.
His business partner.
It's cheating on his wife.
His business partner had an affair with his secretary.
Cheating on his
So
wife.
cheated on his wife with his secretary. So his business partner employed his secretary, and apparently him and the secretary been seeing each other. And so his business partner of course, is married. So yes, he had an affair. His business partner had an affair with an employee. Does that make any sense?
Yeah. So,
And so-
you are married and had bought you a secretary, and now you having sex with the secretary.
Yes, but it's not
Oh.
him. It's his business partner.
I,
Yeah.
Elijah,
I'm just
me
making
and your
sure
best
you know.
business partner. I didn't say
Oh,
me.
you said
I
yeah,
said
yeah.
you.
Okay. Well, yeah. So that's what had happened.
Yes.
So he wants to know what's the best way for him to navigate this. Like, should he cut the business partner out? Like, what would you do?
You can't
in this
cut a
situation?
business partner
That's what I'm
out.
saying. So, like, what? How would you handle a situation like this? Because this is just happening to him. He's looking for some kind of advice, in terms of handling business. What's the best way for him to just get this out the way? Because it just seems like a lot of drama. Of course, there's inside the job.
He
there's a
needs to
lot of
talk to the business
conversation.
partner, have that secretary that he have an affair, sign a contract that their relationship will not have any interference of the business, and she has no rights of anything and can't call it sexual harassment or nothing on there, and she has to fill out that paperwork. Now, me on the other end, how dare you be cheating on your wife as
Yeah.
a friend? Now I'm going to friend mode. And how dare you do that and disrespect that in our company? Because now I'm a part of you cheating and I don't agree and I don't appreciate it.
Exactly.
And you better get it together and end this sucker because I'm not dealing with this. This is ridiculous. What kind of mess is this?
That's what I'm
Cheating.
saying. Like,
This
imagine.
is a family business right here. We ain't doing. Y'all don't understand how much I hate cheaters. I don't care if you're a female cheating on your man or a man cheating on your female. I hate cheaters. Like, if you don't want to be with the person no more, don't be with them. Don't be trying to have your cake and eat it too.
Mm-hmm.
You better tell your wife, buy her a wig and tell her her new name is Sally Sue, and then that's who you be with.
I think what the most trifling thing is you're actually actively employing. So now you're putting really the business at line. This is both terrible to hear.
If
As
we get
the wife
sued, it's
and
coming out
as
of
the
your
business
portion.
partner.
It is not coming out of my portion.
Exactly. Well, because just think about
Your
this.
wife taking half is coming off of your portion. It ain't coming out of my portion. Matter of fact, you kicked out the business. I need you to sign this piece of paper
Sign it
saying
over.
you are now just a manager. See, you are not CEO anymore. You're a manager because your wife coming for this business. Nope.
Shakita said crazy and deranged.
Mm-hmm.
Just nasty. Well, we got somebody in the place. She saying hello. We're going to go ahead and welcome in.
Stace,
How you doing today,
Stace,
Stace?
how are you?
What's going on? So I feel like that was a pretty wild
Yeah.
one. And Queen Lenore, you of course, entrepreneur, you do have your own business. And if you decided to ever scale it up and have a whole bunch of employees, imagine the impact of that. Imagine your close business partner had an affair and is now messing everything up pretty much. I mean,
Well, not
like,
okay because you have an affair with my daughter.
wow, I mean, I'm not talking about me. I'm saying, that's why I said outside of myself. You had somebody, of course, was less, less
Oh, you about to give yourself
satisfactory.
kudos
Yeah,
again,
less
aren't you?
satisfactory. Somebody who
You
was-
really just giving yourself
wasn't
kudos
quite
again.
up to snuff. Like kind of how I am. So, what I'm saying is, if you were in that situation and you had to handle that, just think about navigating through that situation.
Elias feeling
That'd be
himself
something.
today.
We got Sweet Raspberry saying, "How are you doing today, Queen and nephew?" I'm gonna say I'm doing really good today. Thank you for
Yeah, because he's
asking,
feeling
Sweet
himself
Raspberry
today.
Buffy.
Today he is feeling himself. Okay, I'm done.
But yeah, so
Yeah.
no, I just think that's crazy.
Well, I already said what I do. That's
Yeah.
just not happening.
For me personally, I think again, you're gonna have to play into that's some crisis management right there. You really gotta get that together.
Yeah.
You gotta get those NDAs signed. You gotta get those.
I got a leaky eye.
What's going? And you are really going crazy.
Because I feel a crust ball right here. But my eye
First of
watering.
all. All right. Well, anyway,
Y'all know
yeah,
how
you
crust
gotta
balls?
handle that. Get in the crisis management. Get those PR things going. You don't want it to blow out. And it doesn't matter the size of the company, that could still be a headline, especially locally. So you want to try to, control that as much as possible. And I would say it's going to be definitely stressful for you. And now due to all that stress, shoot, you might want to look into lawsuits or anything, depending on
No, because
how-
I'm kicking him out the company.
Yeah, depending. That's what I'm saying. You legally handle that because you don't want anybody that's that much of a liability.
Yeah.
And even if you still want them to get some money, you can still negotiate it to where
Well, he can still
not-
get
yeah,
you can
you're
still
not
get
getting-
your pay or whatever. You just not being
you're
the
not
company's
getting
not
those
getting
roles.
sued over you.
Exactly. Well, we got Prince Daniel. He's coming through with a great question right here. He said, "How would you feel if your partner decided to have a three-way? Your partner is tired and sick of the same old stuff, and he came to you with the idea of him wanting a third party after being married. And this is after months of being married, actually for 9 straight years. So 9 years in marriage, and your partner just is like, let's just do it a different way. Let's step into some monogamy. Let's add another one into the relationship, some polygamy. But anyway, or maybe not even. Maybe this is situational. Maybe this is just a one-time deal. How are you feeling about this? Trying to talk his wife into a three-way.
I'm gonna just say this, y'all. And this is where I try to I can't even talk. I get tired because I just feel like people don't talk enough about sex. I don't think we talk enough about sex to our children. We don't talk enough sex about to our spouse. We just kind of avoid the question of sex with each other. We act like, ooh, sex is still a bad word. Like we back in the 1902s, oh my God, we can't talk about sex. We're not there. We're able to talk about sex. I'm very open and honest and very transparent with my kids, my husband, about sex, period. I think when you're open and honest, you open the door for a variety of new things. And if it's the same old, it's because we're not communicating. And I don't know why we feel like to communicate sex and stuff like that to make sex better, we need to add somebody in the bedroom.
Yeah.
I don't think Chris ever needs another person in the bedroom. I think I'm just more than enough. And it could be my thought process. I don't know. Chris ain't complain, but I'm very open, and I'm very, very open to talk about it. And I talk about sex constantly. It's a constant conversation. I talk about sex probably as much as a lot of people talk about food. I talk about sex more than I talk about food. That's just what it is. I feel, and I've always felt that way because, and the reason I felt like this, I like to explain myself before, getting really into answering the question, is when I was in high school and I was I was in grade school. When I was in junior high school, I was in math class, I can tell you exactly, I was in math class. And I remember they was like, "Oh, Lenore, have you ever had your cherry popped?" And I was like, "No, I never ate a cherry pop ever. I didn't even know the cherry pop. Like, what kind of?" I decided to go to my auntie who was a virgin. She had to tell me it was a hymen. I was like, "Oh." Then they was like, "Oh, what about vibrators such and such?" I was like, "I did see this one because I didn't know this vibrator that's really good for your back. I kind of want that one. I don't know. I just think that would be cool to have somebody because it's hard to get people to rub your back. I don't know. Older people just don't feel like they're going to give massages to the kids and stuff like that. So they laughed at me again. I was always laughed at in math class. I don't understand. I was talked about and laughed at in math class. And that's because I had no knowledge of anything. I heard about the birds and bees. My mom told me about the birds and bees, and that is as far as it got in conversation. But when my mom started, having these friends, I would go over there and it was ladies' night, and the conversation these women was having, I was soaking it up. And so then I would go, when I went to high school, I went to, what was it called? Health class. I went to health class. And I asked all kinds of questions. And I mean, to the stupidest questions, probably to the most brilliant questions. And everything. So I just asked a lot of questions. And friends gave me a lot of just wrong advice.
Misinformation.
Yeah, just all the time. And then when I got my best friend, me and her were talking, she was telling me about the wrong information she got. And we would laugh at the college because we knew now as an adult that they were just lying. And I said with my kids, I'm going to be very open about sex, even if I have to do research on it. And as I did that, so when I started having sex, when I was younger, I didn't know anything, and the lies that I was told was just really big, fat lies. And there's a lot of funny stories in this conversation, but we're not going there. But the thing that I've learned is if I don't tell this man what I need and that what he's doing is not satisfying me, I'm never going to get satisfied. And what I've learned is he's doing what his last woman was satisfied on. And she was probably more easily to please than I was. And so I was never satisfied. So then I was like, well, why am I having sex? And I always said to myself, yeah, I can judge me if you want. If I'm going to sin, I should be enjoying the sin. Or there ain't no reason to be sinning. There ain't no reason for God to be like, so why you do it? And I'll be like, I don't know. It wasn't even good. So why did you do it? I don't know. Like, at least I could be like, it was good, Lord. I'm sorry. Shouldn't have made it good. I'm still going to get in trouble, but at least I can vouch for my wrongness. So, I just feel like it's a conversation that needs to be open. And I think a lot of men just jump into, let's add somebody in there. And I think women do it too, because I have some female friends that did it, and I'll be like, you something wrong with you. But all that to say, if you keep an open dialogue with your partner and having sex, you don't need to add somebody else. I think adding somebody else is adding a whole nother relationship, which then can end your relationship.
Yeah.
And then you're out like, dang, that's messed up. I've seen a man add another woman into the relationship, and the woman fell in love with the man that she was having sex with them, and they started excluding him, and then she divorced him and got with him. I've seen it when the woman did it. So I'm like, why do you want to do that? And my thing is, what if that man makes her more excited?
Yeah.
Or what if that woman makes you more excited than your wife? You ain't gonna be craving your wife anymore.
Yeah.
And I think that's one of the things that God kept saying, like, have sex with your own. Don't have sex with nobody else, because then you don't have nothing to compare. But now you put in comparison face to face. It's already, we compare, like, we already self-conscious, like, am I better than what you had before? Now we ain't even doing that. We just, I like that one better. That one's satisfied. That one's hitting spots. And you sitting up there like, what? And then you go, it just, to me, it's not a wise decision.
Yeah.
It's just not a wise decision. And the reason I say keep it open, because literally when I say she could flop on a wig and turn into somebody else, and that could be her freaky side, then you got this freaky woman like, oh, hey. You know, I would tell you my name. But anyway, you just have a whole new name. So then you know, like, oh, if I say I'm going to be so-and-so today, Chris already knows, like, oh, okay, I got to get myself ready. I'm going to get my water bottle. This she's a crazy one. And then if I'm the Lenore, okay, that's my normal wife one. Oh, if I'm Sassy, oh, that's a different. He knows each name to put the ability of who is coming to bed at that moment. And that's something you could do that's fun and exciting. But I just feel like we just cop out and wimp out and just start adding people into our bed, and then wonder why we ain't happy.
Yeah.
I hope that answered your question, Prince.
I think even to piggyback off that in a way, like you're saying, you added another person. Well, adding another person, that's starting a whole new relationship, because now you guys got to figure out the dynamic and everything. And even if it is a one-time thing, a lot of people can get hooked and caught up in those feelings or whatever had happened. And so, though, even, whether it's men, women, or anything in between, they might feel this or feel the urge to try this, and you can do whatever you want to do. You can live life the way you want to live it, but can you deal with what will happen after?
Yes.
Can you deal with possibly your partner being stolen away from you? Can you deal with you now not even wanting to be with your partner that you might even have kids with? You might have you could be living a picture perfect life. Everything could be great. And now you wanting to step out and try this has now destroyed everything that you had. And can you look at that and accept that for what it is, all because of something that could have been easily resolved? And like Queen Lenora said, it's really the communication.
It is.
When you can speak about things, when you can openly communicate things, you can always achieve a better outcome.
Yeah.
Or at least get to a better point. It seems like even with this right here, it's like tired of the same old stuff. That means we need to be doing something different. We need to pivot. We need to try something new.
And the good thing,
yeah.
oh, go ahead.
And one thing I would say is we're in a modern age where you can literally find out so many different things. You can find out things that you would never believe, sensations that you would never, never think to have. It can all be unlocked with a little bit of research. It can all be found. And there's plenty of forums, posts of couples who have revived their relationship or revived their life and their sexual capacity. So you can do it. You can step into that, and if you put the effort towards actually doing that. And I feel like what Queen Lenora said was right. Doing this is pretty much the cop out. And with it being the shortcut or whatever it may be, there's also a huge risk and ramification for even allowing somebody else within your relationship.
Yeah.
So yeah, you can go ahead. You were saying something.
Yeah, because one thing I've learned, there's always somebody who knows better tricks and trades in the sex area of life, and that has explored it. And I've always told men, especially if you're newlyweds or anything, I always tell a man, please learn your woman's body. Like, we have so many different spots that can help in bring that woman to the next level. There's certain spots that you don't even understand that can loosen and make it easier for her to reach her orgasm, because a lot of women doesn't have vaginal orgasm, they have clitoris orgasm. I know I'm being all extra explicit. The reason I say that is because the more you take in tune and say, I love my woman and I want to satisfy her in every area of her body, you want to take the heed to doing that. And the same way with women, if you want to learn everything about your man, take it. Yes, usually their area is down there, but they like other stuff that you can have fun with as well to do. And like I said, once you explore those options, then if you feel like, oh, we want to add somebody and y'all comfortable to do that, I mean, to each is y'all. I just don't agree with it. It's not my thing to do it. It's not something I'm going to say yay to, but I'm just saying a lot of times we jump into stuff just too quick without trying to do and educate ourselves on satisfying our women. And what you did to satisfy Joanne over there is not going to be the thing to satisfy Tina over here. We're just not, our body's just not in that area. So, before you try to add something, to know that pretty much there's an 80% chance I'm going to lose my wife, I'm going to lose my man by adding somebody. So keep that in mind. There's a higher percentage of you losing your partner, because if you ain't communicating now, when you go and have sex with somebody else, the communication doesn't get better. Yeah. And that's one thing that you have to be truthful and honest, especially is in bed, to get the satisfaction that you both need. Faking orgasms, all that is false narratives. Don't do that.
Well,
and stuff like that on both ends.
I feel like even what you're saying, you're going to lose your partner. A lot of people, they'll do something like this and not realize they actually are still losing their partner. It might not be, they went away and went to the other person, but it could be something as, they still with you. Things are seeming normal, but in the back of their mind, they're thinking about that person.
Or they're sleeping with that person behind your back.
Exactly. So you lose them, either way it goes, you lose them in a sense. So they either gone and doing something behind your back, or now every time they're looking at you, they thinking of X.
And do stuff like role play and stuff. I went to this place here in Oregon. I don't know if it's everywhere. There's a sex club here. And I went to the sex club, and you can have sex there. Like, literally. They have rooms in there. You can have a window, because some people, I don't know what it's called, where they like people just to watch them have sex. I mean, there's all kinds of stuff that you can do there. I was like really shocked, like, what the heck am I doing here? But it was something that I wanted to see and learn for myself of what goes on. Because, people talk about it and you just hear negative stuff, but you don't know the positives and the outreach of these things that's out there. But they have places where it can enhance without you cheating. Yeah. You know what I mean? Without you adding somebody. They got the rope tying thing, which I was really fascinated about. I thought that was the coolest thing ever. And they have all kinds of stuff. They have the swings in case you don't want to put a swing in your room. There's all kinds of stuff that you can do to entice and make y'all lives better that is not boring. But for me, when you say it's boring, it's that means we're just doing the same thing over and over again, and it is boring. So let's go see what somebody has to say.
Yeah, we're gonna go ahead and step into the chat. Sweet Raspberry Muffin said, "Where's Chris?
In the
And what are
room.
you doing tomorrow, Queen?"
I have no idea what I'm doing tomorrow. Living.
we
If
and
it's
game
God's
time.
will. Oh yeah, game
We
time.
got to get well with somebody. We've got
Wellness with Frugal Mama.
Frugal Mama in the building saying hello.
Hey, I was working out today. My physical therapy gave me personal training exercises today.
They said, I say to each his own. You know, people like what they like, and if both partners agree, then it's none of my business.
Amen.
And Shakita was saying to that, yeah, don't waste my time with that earlier.
Mm-hmm.
Prince Daniel said, I wouldn't do that kind of thing. My wife is more than enough. She's all the woman I'll ever need.
That's right.
And Shakita said, adding a third has never been an option for me.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
They said, people graduate to all types of things. All of it needs to be a conversation, and both parties need to agree. There's
Yeah.
consequences to every action. Communication is key.
Yeah.
You can't tell some people anything. They have to learn the hard way.
Yeah.
No pun intended.
That's true. You ain't never said nothing but the truth right there.
And what
Ooh.
does Frugal Mama say? Hey, get it, Queen.
Yes, I was in my work out. Shit, I was tired. I had to drink some water. I had to sit back and chill. I didn't even drive for a good 5-10 minutes because I was like, oh my goodness, she worked me out. I said, this is supposed to be physical therapy, and I did a work. It was gym time. Like, it was straight gym time. And this was my first time being at physical therapy without Elia. It was gym time.
Mm-hmm.
She got extra hyped about it, I guess. I don't know, because I was like, why? And then I need you to, and all I said was my body's all crooked up. I shouldn't have said that. But it was, yeah. Wellness, how it worked out today. I feel like I'm extra thin today. I don't look it, but I feel like it.
So, you can't say you don't look it. You gotta do a little bit of both.
I'm just saying, after all that workout today, I felt like I should have lost 20 pounds. That's all I'm trying to say, you know? But yeah, today, like always, you guys keep communication as front, and not just for normal drive-by conversation. It is for generic, stupid conversations like, hey, baby, how your day was? And let that person tell you how their day was, even if you don't care. Acknowledge it, give them that time so they can speak, get it out of their system, because you want your partner to be your best friend. You want them to tell you everything. You want them to explore that conversation, and you want them to be free to say, baby, I don't like it when you do such and such. Can you do this? Baby, I need you to do more of this. Ooh, can we try some new things? Let's look at this, and let's do some things. We might have to go to the gym so we can do these new positions. Like, I have to be able to have those conversations and let them know it's not to put you down. It's just, I just don't want to do the same thing all the time. I want to do things differently. The thing about, like, Chris, he don't have to worry about that because I don't like nothing the same. I don't like eating the same food all the time, drinking the same drinks I like to change up some things. So, it is what it is. But doesn't mean that he might not be satisfied and he might not be telling me. Mm-hmm. I don't know. But as far as I know, he is, and I ask constantly. So if he isn't, then it's on him. You know what I mean? That's all I can say. Because a lot of people go, well, you don't know how your man is going. I don't. But I'm leaving the door open for you to tell me. Like, I'm always there. Like, if you need, see, I almost slipped to say what my sexy name was. If you want me to be so and so more often, let me know. I'll be so and so more often. If you want, because like I said, I don't want you to ever have a thought process that you need to add somebody to our bed, that you even you want to go anywhere. Like, I don't want you even reminiscing about the old ex. I remember when an ex did such and such. I wish my wife did such and such. No, I'm doing new things that you done forgot what your ex did. Like, you ain't even thinking about your ex no more. That's the kind of stuff that I'm always reaching goals for. Because I'm never in competition of what you had in the past. I'm always in competition of me.
Yeah.
So my thing is, I want to see your toes curl. I want to see you barely, when we done, you like, that's what I want to see, So it's that thing, and I think sometimes we lose that when we say, oh, we married, and it should be, and they should be happy with it. They was happy with it 2 years ago. Well, excuse me, my body shifted, and I ain't happy. You ain't hitting the spot like you need to. And like found out that there's all different types of spots, especially in women, that I found out a lot of women don't know about. Like, I was so shocked that when I was learning, I was like, there's an A spot and it's hard to get to? What the heck? I was so shocked. I told everybody, and everybody was like, what, there's an A spot? Like, yes. Then I had to show them where the A spot and how a man had to get to the A spot. And then, shoot, that was a workout right there, just trying to get to the A spot. But it does something to make everything else work awesome in your body, so then the man doesn't have to work that hard anymore. But nobody knows about it because we don't take the time to educate ourselves with it. Even women need to educate themselves. How you going to tell a man which way to go if you don't know which way to go? So educate yourself. Learn some things. Okay, baby, I learned this. Like, now, do you see this? Okay, this is what this is, and you got to move this over here, and you got to do this. Because right now, everybody just know, oh, G spot, G spot. It's an A spot, y'all. And there's another spot, I forgot if it's an O spot or something. I don't know. It's a whole bunch of spots. Men, y'all just lucky. You just, she do some magic tricks and you happy. But you know what I mean? You might want to spruce it up something too for the men. Like, literally, learn it up. Like, have fun. Like, when my kids, it's so funny. When my kids were younger, I had, we went to a football meeting, and me and this lady decided to have ladies' night. And our ladies' night is when we rented a hotel, and everybody pitched in for the hotel fees, and then of course they pitched in for all the food and all this stuff. And then we had products that we sold, because at the time I was selling sex items to enhance bedroom fun. And so the first thing I did was like, we got to come up with different names, because a lot of women, especially my age, we are programmed that almost everything we do, if it's not missionary or normal stuff, made us a hoe. So we didn't ever want to feel like a hoe, or, like we was loose in a goose. So it stayed in our mind, which the man never got to have us be free and be able to be comfortable in the bedroom. So that was the first thing we did, was come up with like 2 or 3 sexy names, and then they had to know what the role was for that sexy name. Like, this is Miss Real Freaky, this is your animal name. When it's real freaky, that's the animal name. When it's this, you could, whatever name you've been always saying, oh, I wish my mom would have named me this, that'll be that name. And what does she do that's different than what you do? And you can have at least to start off with those 2 extra. So that's 3 different characters, right there. And shoot, a man is happy just if you play through that. I get my normal Queen Lenora, then I get Sassy, and then I get, see, y'all almost got me again, the sexy name. And that was exciting, you know what I mean? And then if you want to, you can add more. And we're supposed to do more ladies' night, but, ladies feel uncomfortable talking about sex as well, unless they just with some women talking about it. But getting with some strangers, they get, tied up. I really wanted to tour doing that. Like, that's one of my things I really wanted to tour and have. And then they won little prizes, and then they got to buy some sexy items and stuff that will enhance in the bedroom. But I definitely always wanted to do it for married women, because I hear more married people talking about they ain't having sex than people who are not married. The people who ain't married having sex all the time. The people married, they just all of a sudden stop. So I always say that's a subconscious thing. When we single and then we're just dating, we subconsciously is trying to keep a man, so we have sex all the time. But when we get comfortable and we got the man, we slow down and have sex. So kind of want to reverse that. But anyway, all that to say, talk about sex is all right.
They say you're sexy, and you say Elias sitting through this straight face.
Because he used to it.
All right.
They had to deal with a lot of stuff. They had to see diseases and everything when they was young. I didn't care. They saw it all. Because I really felt like, I'd rather get to them than their friends getting to them lying. Like, I want to get to them, so, But all the boys did this. And all the girls were like, why is she doing this in front of the guys? So then I just attacked the girls by themselves.
Chiquita said, I love a good ladies' night.
Yes. And I'm telling you, it was good, too. I had so much fun. I kind of want to do it again. I might actually do that again. I just got to figure it out. Because that was fun.
But yeah, I think it all really boils down to that fact that the communication. You just having that open conversation, being able to even do that. So maybe you guys are really tense or whatever with that conversation. Work on opening that up. Work on opening that aspect up because it's something that definitely can be expanded on. Queen Lord gave plenty of different ideas on, formulas that you can go about, and there's so much more. There's so much things that you can do to unique to yourself or unique for your relationship. And I think all it takes is that conversation, that time. Understand what both of you guys want or expect, and set standards and set goals. You could set, whether that's how many times you're handling business a week to, how we're going to make sure we are finishing the race. So with that being said, we're going to go ahead and, we're not going to step into that. That was a YouTube thing. We're going to go ahead and step into the title and thumbnail. That's what I was trying to pop up. The title and thumbnail for today.
Sounds good.
And so this lady is having a problem, okay? So let's paint this picture. You get you a boyfriend, right? He's cool. He got a really nice personality. He's nice, very kind, caring, whatever it may be. And you guys, of course, were dating a bit. And he let you know about his child. Mm-hmm. So you knew he had a child. And so, you guys start dating. And then all of a sudden he asks for the next level. He wants you guys to be boyfriend and girlfriend. And that's cool. You're fine with that. And so she's now having a problem within their relationship, okay? So when the kid is around, he has 50-50 custody with his baby mom. And they have good terms. It's not tension or anything like that. Well, when the kid was there, they was going on some good kind of dates, right? They went over there. They went to let's say the circus. They just went to like a fair, somewhere fun, something very eventful, and that was fine. Even his girlfriend really had a good time at that. And even though the kid was there, it was a good moment for everybody. Okay. Nobody was excluded. It was nothing, no tension, not a problem at all. The problem came when, days later, or, not even maybe days, it's time for the next date. And she was like, you know what, we should go to the aquarium. We should go somewhere fun. And they didn't end up going. And they didn't end up going on that date. But when the kid came around, about 2 weeks later, the aquarium was a choice. So it seems like she can't go nowhere fun or eventful without the child. The child has to be there for the eventful, fun dating and outings. And she's having a problem with that. So what would you recommend for her in this situation?
Stop picking things for the kids to do. When you say a museum, I'm going to wait until my kids can come. I want to go and experience this with my kid. Yeah. Of course I want to do it. I'm not thinking about going there with you. You know what I mean? There's things that you can do as an adult that kids can't do, that you can pick out. But if you're picking out going to the carnival, going to the amusement park, going to the museum, going to the art center, that go to a sophisticated art place where there's no kids allowed, and go to that type of museum. But if you thought I'm going to the museum of so-and-so and kids is, of course, prefer to be there, I'm going to take my kid. Who wouldn't? Just because you don't have no kids, you might not understand that, but who wouldn't? We're going to go to Oaks Park. Well, then I'm going to wait until my kid is here. We're going to go to Oaks Park. Why am I going to spend a grip of money on one time and then got to take my kid and spend money a grip 2 times? Let's be budget friendly over here. That's how I look at it. Let's be budget friendly. But there's a lot of things you can do that's for an adult. Yeah. So do those things. Pick out things that are for adults. You know what I mean? I don't know. I just feel to me that you're picking places for the kid to go. So you could say, I went before the child went. That's just how, you know what I mean? Yeah. It's to me, it's a petty thing. Some people, they just got that pettiness. I got to feel like I'm more important. So I'm more important than your child. So this is what it is. So I'm going to pick all the fun things to do with you. And now I'm mad because you want to do it with your kid. Of course they want to do it with their kid. We're picking kid-friendly things to do. I'm looking out for my pocketbook. I'm going to do kid-friendly things with my child, and you are more than welcome to come. Yeah. I don't get that. But if she would have said something like, oh, I wanted to go to a winery. Mm-hmm. Well, no, he ain't bringing his kid to the winery. Y'all could go to the
It's not even
winery.
an option.
You know what I mean? Like, oh, I want to go to the movie theater where we can have food and drinks, and kids ain't allowed in there.
But this is the problem, though. And I'm reading this directly from the message she sent me. I love aquariums, zoos, farms, and any sort of similar activity. There's been many occasions where I've expressed I wanted to go or do something, but he wouldn't feel right going without his kid.
Is it so? What did I say wrong?
You didn't say anything wrong. You
I'm just saying. So
elaborated
you're
on the fact
picking.
that- yeah.
So to me, you're being messy. You're trying to say I'm more important than your child, and you will not be more important than the child. And if you can't get that in, if you are at this competition with the child, you're gonna lose. And that's the case. To stop dating men that have kids. Like, you should be proud that he wants to take his child to these things. But everything that she just said was for kids. I'm gonna say I've been on plenty of dates. Love all my dates. I love dating when I was younger. I don't, now just you got bills. But I love dating, when I was younger. But I wasn't thinking about no dang zoo and aquarium. When I did think of that, I was taking my sister, my godchildren. I wasn't thinking about that with my man. Like, I want to go places like the blues in the park, just me and you chilling in the park, listening to the blues. But even though kids could come, ain't nobody thinking about bringing their kid. You know what I mean?
Well, let's play into what Stacey said. She has, something good to say about this. She said maybe she likes those places too. Just tell them you want it to be date night with just them. Do it when the kid is away. Get a babysitter.
She does ask him to do
Yeah.
that, but then he waits to do it with the kid.
Yeah.
And
It doesn't
like-
feel right going without his
But my
child.
thing is, because
those
that's a lot of
places.
firsts that you're missing out with your child that you could be doing. And as a mother, I can't talk for men, but as a mother, I want to do these things first with my kid
Yeah.
before I want to do it with anybody else. And if I was dating, definitely want to do it with my kid before I do it with some man. So you got to pick some things that I don't want to do first with my kids.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
that's
Going to the aquarium, zoo, a farm.
Yeah, he probably,
places like
she
that.
probably bringing up stuff that's like, that's a good idea. I'm gonna take my little baby there. Yeah. Okay, in 2 weeks we gonna go. And so he giving you your wish, you going. Like, he ain't excluding you. He just it's a 2-for-1 deal. That's just what it is. I'm not gonna get mad at the man because he wanna include his child. I will never get mad at the man for including his child. Now, he said, oh, I don't want to do that adult thing because my child can't go. Then I'll be like, oh, no, wait a minute.
Boss.
I want to do this because your kid can't go, And then when your kid come, we can do all these other fun activities that I still want to do, But, no, I don't. I think women really have this mindset of, I so want to be number one that I'm going to kick your kid to the curb. But then if he had a child with you, you would want that child to be number one.
Mm-hmm.
And you would want him to be the way he is with this child, with your child. So I just feel like maybe you should find a man that don't have a child.
Well, Stacey said that's a communication issue with them. But she might be satisfied with going with the kid one weekend and them going the next. Stacey said, and I had a fabulous day at the aquarium, and I would definitely do it again. Fabulous day at the aquarium.
Yeah. I'm not arguing about having a date at the aquarium, and I don't think he's arguing about it either. He's just waiting to do it with his child. And as he's waiting to do it with his child, I'm giving him kudos for doing that.
Yeah.
So, like I
So what
said,
you're
if you
saying
want to
is-
do stuff without his kid,
Do some
Then
more mature.
do some
outings.
adult things without his kids. Because when we going to do anything you say that the kid can do and have fun, you're definitely doing it when the kid is there.
And you saying to avoid all of this, don't get with somebody who has a kid.
Well, if you don't have the patience and you're going to, because to me it's still, you're trying to be over the child. And I'm not going to agree to that at all. And that's just my mindset. You're trying to act like you better than the child. You want to be number one.
Yeah.
Well, you're not number one. He already has a child. And if you're not into his child, then why are you with him? Like, it doesn't make sense. Like, it blows my mind. I didn't even have kids with Chris, but Chris already knew the kids was going first. We having fun with the kids. Now, if Chris wanted to do something with just me, we went to the pool, to a bar and play pool and shoot darts and stuff like that. Well, Janae couldn't go. My sister couldn't go.
Yeah.
My goddaughter couldn't go because they're too young. So, and I never even thought about them going. But if he would have said, "Oh, let's go to the park," yeah, I'm gonna do. Come on, kids, we're going to the park. Let me go pick up my godchildren. This is going to be fun. Because I need to know that you're going to be good with the kids, too. So this is the best way to do it, open-minded. It ain't no couple things. So they ain't looking to see if you're going to stay for a long time. It is what it is. But if you want one-on-one time with that man, then you're going to do some adult stuff. But he is, every time you come up with great ideas like the amusement, going to the museum, the amusement park, all these stuff that kids can go to and have a good time, he doing with his child.
Well,
and he going to experience it with his child.
Stacey said if he's dating, he needs to make time for his partner.
Well, she need to come up with an adult time. Then he make time for her, but she's not. Because I think the point that, like, Stacey is saying compared to what I'm saying is, he's ready to date, but you got to say something besides kid stuff. Do some adult-friendly things.
It's flagging for him, like, I
yeah,
want to bring my child.
Exactly.
Why would I go to the park, or not park, but let's say, why would I go to the zoo? The zoo doesn't really move me too much, and, of course I can go with you, but, like, I just seem like I would want to bring my kid there. Then we can really all have a good time.
And he might not have been to the zoo. So, yes, he wants to experience the first time with his daughter.
Yeah.
Or his son, whoever it is. He wants to have those experiences because the child doesn't live with him. So, of course, he wants his child to have this amazing time that, me and my dad this is our first time doing this together. This is our first time doing, and that means a lot to a kid.
Yeah.
That this is their first time doing something. My son is such a great dad. Such a great dad. And he has so many experiences with my granddaughter, like, it just blows my mind. But if he's not gonna be sitting up here going to the aquarium and all that with his girlfriend and not take his daughter, he's gonna always include his daughter. That's just what he's gonna do. And to me, that's a good man. And if you don't like that, then don't be with him. That's just it. Because he got kids and that child is important to him. He don't get her that often, so he wants to make it a memorable time with his child. So again, I'm not knocking going on a date with him. Just pick some adult stuff. Why are you constantly picking kid stuff and then got an attitude about it? And you can talk about it all day long. You don't want to look like a fool because you picking kid stuff. You want to do some adult stuff? Where do you want to go that's adult?
Well, Stacey said, I don't think the places are the issue. I like family-friendly places, but I don't always want to go with kids.
Then don't date a guy with kids. or date a deadbeat dad. I mean, those are your options. Don't date a guy with kids or date a deadbeat dad. And I know a lot of us have dated deadbeat dads, but that's what it is. I'm not gonna get mad because we got these. I want to go to, what is it? I can't think. I got Oaks Park or.
You go roller skating.
Roller skating, and I could take my child, and it's gonna be our first experience together, and I'm gonna ruin my first experience with a girl, but not my child. It doesn't even sound right when I say it. Like, my child ain't never did it, but even on Boondocks, Riley was saying, how you gonna take this random H2 Red Lobster to get the cheddar biscuit, but you ain't took the fan the cheddar biscuit? How you gonna take them? We laugh about it, but kids feel like that. Like, how you gonna take this girl to a place that me and you ain't been to, and I'm your child? So I just look at it that way. You got choices. You can pick an adult place to date this person, or get you a deadbeat dad, or get you a man that ain't got no kids. Those are your options.
Well, Stacey said, I just took my little cousin on vacation. We went to a place with rides. She's too little to ride the big stuff, so I did all the kiddie stuff for her. But I would definitely go back with an adult.
Yeah, I am not arguing about the adult and kid versus nothing. I'm just saying the man got kids, and he wants to do the stuff with his kids. Period. It's not about, I would go to the carnival. Like when I was younger and liked the carnival, I would go to the carnival with a date too. But if he would have brought, if he had kids,
Yeah.
I would have accepted the kid to go with us. That would have been it. I wouldn't have been a big argument. It wouldn't be a big deal to me if he had kids.
Yeah.
You know, I was just one of those women that wasn't dating no man with no kids because I didn't want baby mama drama. That was just me. But I would go to a carnival. I'll go to an amusement park, even though, I mean, if I go to Seaside, I'm going to get on the Tilt-A-Whirl and I'm going to do all that stuff. I know y'all don't know what Seaside is, but if I went to the coast here and they have the little rides and the aquarium, I'll go to those with adults. I'm not knocking like you can't go with an adult.
Yeah.
That's not what the conversation is, that you can't go with an adult.
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying if you want to go on a date with this man, don't pick things that he could do with his daughter or his son, because you're giving him nothing but great ideas to do first with his kids.
Yeah.
And you can't knock him for wanting to do things with his kids first. Period. You can say, you know, I want to go to amusement park, but can you take your kids one weekend and then the next weekend just me and you, when you don't have your kids, and me and you could go? You could say that, so he can go twice that way. I mean, you can say it that way. I mean, it's however you want to do it. But knocking him for wanting to take his child, to me, is selfish and ridiculous. It's not about that you can't do the stuff with the man. It's just the man gonna pick doing the things first with his kid. And why wouldn't he? I would,
think
as a mother.
That's what Stacey is trying to say. That's why communication with them is the issue. She might just be satisfied with going 1 week with the kid and then the next week just by herself with, you know, her and the partner. But Stacey she said, I'm just saying it doesn't have to be all the time. There's room for compromise.
Yeah, there is room for compromise, but I'm just saying she's the one complaining about it. He ain't complaining. He happy. Like literally, that's what he happy. He ain't. Like I said, you want to spend time with him on the days on the weekends he don't have his child. Then pick things that ain't gonna make him think about his child.
Mm-hmm.
That's the only thing I can say. Like literally, and my thing is, in all honesty, why are you dating a man with kids? If you want to do all the kid-friendly things in the world, why are you dating a man with kids? I say that to a man too. Why are you dating a woman with a kid? Don't date me. I didn't even have kids, and I'll tell you, don't date me. Because me and my sister and my godchildren, we doing some things. Don't date us, because when you take me out on a date, you taking my sister and my daughter, my sister and my goddaughter out. That's just how it is. It's no ifs, ands, buts about it. It's not. And I just feel like people feel like I shouldn't exclude them because they have kids. Don't date a man with kids. Don't date a woman with kids. If you're not in a kid mode, don't date him. If you want to date a man and you want to do all this kid-friendly things and you don't want him to ever think about his child, why are we dating him? Like, literally, why are we dating? Don't date him. Like, have that respect for yourself to say, I'm not being in competition with anybody, so I don't want you to have no kids. And there's nothing wrong with you having that feeling emotion. You're not a bad person for feeling like you don't want to be with a man with kids. I already told Chris when we were dating, if I find out you have a child, we breaking up. I don't want a man with kids.
Yeah.
I don't care how I look. I don't want a man with kids. It's too much baggage. And I don't like to deal with baggage. It's not that I can't jump in and, you know, do fun things with the kids and all. I'm fine with that. I just don't want to deal with the baggage, and that's the baby mama. And a lot of men don't know how to separate those issues. You know what I mean? But right now, you're giving this man ideas that he probably never thought about doing with his kids, and dating you have opened his eyes to see all these new things. So every time you pop up with something new, he's like, oh my God, this is amazing. I'm going to do this with my daughter. And she's like, well, I want to do it with you. Just me and you.
Mm-hmm.
And you're like, yeah, I want to do this with my daughter. And you could be like, the next weekend, can we go back? Your daughter's gone. We had a good time, but I would think this would be so fun. Just us going to look at the lions and tigers and bunnies and all that at the zoo. And see how that goes. Because now we already took the daughter, so now you got time I say daughter because there was a girl on the thing.
Yeah.
Then you got time to do that stuff, and you can bring that up, you know. But the way I'm looking at her, just don't date nobody with kids. It's so simple.
Yeah.
Because he's gonna do the first thing with his kids, and I'm just so impressed with the man. I'm giving him kudos. Like, go ahead, you thinking about your child? Cause my son just showed me pictures of my grandbaby jet skiing, and she was just moving in, and he behind her, and she's controlling the jet ski, just having a good time with it. I just love that, you know. And I would, you know, if his girlfriend was like, I just thought that was gonna be forever. And to me, that's an adult thing. But my daughter's gonna experience everything in the world. Whatever I experience, my daughter's gonna experience. And that's what they do. And it's fun. And I've been there with them. And I experienced things that I never thought I was experiencing. I'm like, you know, I was gonna say some things that, you know, Eli get mad at me for saying, but it is. It's just one of those things that I get what the girls do. I get what the girl is trying to do and saying, but sometimes you just got to say, oh, we're going to do this. Let's go to, I'm going to say the zoo again. Mm-hmm. Let's go to the zoo when your daughter gets here. And then when she leaves the next weekend, we're going to go to the zoo and look at the stars and the such and such and look at the animals at night and stuff like that with just me and you, and then be a romantic day at the zoo. And you saying it'll be just me and you. So he knows this weekend we're going to the zoo with my daughter, but next weekend we're going to the zoo just me and her. So then he has that in his mind. You know what I mean? You can always state it like that without sounding like a butthead. Mm-hmm. That's the best way I can say it.
Well, Shaquille was saying exactly on him being a good dad. Stacey said it sounded to me like they're always doing things with the kid. And personally, I don't care. I'm always taking other people's children places because I wanted to go. The man don't even have to be there.
Yeah, no, she's saying like she don't mind doing the stuff with the kids, but when she comes up with these ideas, she's thinking about just him and her doing that dating together. Activities, but everything she's naming is stuff that are for kids, and of course he's thinking about, of course, including his kids. So she wants to do all these kid-friendly stuff with him, just her and him, and he's planning those things when she says it for him and his kid and her. So he's still including her, but he's definitely putting his daughter in that forefront. So literally, she can either say, we can take your child this weekend and next weekend we'll go do the same thing. Or do it 2 or 3 weeks later so he didn't wore out on it either. But a lot of things that, you know, I think we're so used to being with people that don't care about their kids that when we see people who do care about their kids, then we got attitude about them caring about their kids. Until somebody actually says, what is the big deal? It's the kids. You dating a man with kids or you dating a woman with kids, and start having that open mind. You know, he only gets his kids twice a month. Yes, he's going to do fun activities with his kids. He's not going to want to go to the zoo with you and then go to the zoo with his kid. Because to him, he's not really into any of that. And a lot of men aren't into that kind of stuff. So you have to put that in place. So if he's going to go, I'm killing 2 birds with 1 stone. Mm-hmm. So there's a lot of times we need to think about those things of understanding that he's going to include his child if we're doing kid-friendly stuff. As I said, think of fun stuff, you know, like Dave and Buster's at night where it's only adult time. Take them there, you know. It's still kids. You're still playing video games. You're doing that, bowling. All the same things you can do with a kid, but you're doing it at night. So it's not really meant for kids.
As Danny said, he's listening and he's picking up on some pretty good key points on this topic.
Oh, great. That's good. Yeah, so I think she just needs to figure out, you know, there's a lot of things you can do that's similar to what kids do, but they have it for adults. And that, you just like you coming up with these wonderful ideas for him to take his child, the same way you can come up with great ideas that you can still do the same things you like to do, but for an adult.
I think that was a really good one right there.
That was a good one.
That's one I wanted to make sure we get to because a lot of people I feel like they step into that if they step into a relationship with someone who already has a child, finding that dynamic, finding a placement in their dynamic is difficult.
Yeah.
And of course, you can have these moments where you're feeling like, dang, they don't ever seem to want to go where I want to go, but when little Timmy or when little whatever her name, little Sally, little Katie, whatever her name, y'all can always go to this big date or we can always go on this date finally or go on this outing together. So I just think that again, Queen Lenore, you said some stuff, but it also could be some of even piecing off of what some of Stacey was saying, like really working in the communication. If you just sit there and have a conversation and be like, all right, yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I know I've been giving you all these good ideas when it comes to places to go, but that's because I really like to go. I kind of got a little childish side that I want to really, cherish and enjoy too. So maybe we could go here and we can experience this, of course, like with the first time like you usually want to, but let's go at some later date.
And that's how you probably have to say, let's do it first with your child, because you don't want him to feel like he can't include his child.
Yeah. Because
then that's gonna automatically put some distance in you and your relationship because he loves his child. So you want to say it well where it doesn't offend him. And I don't know how you can say it where it doesn't offend him because I would be offended just as a mother if a man tried to exclude my child because then I'm like somebody said earlier, I think it was Shakita that said, we're back in jail. You date me, you date my child. And that goes the same with the man. You date him, you date his child.
Yeah.
If he's a good man. You know what I mean? So you want to have those things included to understand that, okay, you're picking these kid things, but yeah, we could do it on this day and then 2 or 3 weeks down the line, we could do it just me and you. Because you got to make sure it's something he wants to go to again. You can't even pay me to go to this. Even if, I don't like Oregon Zoo, and I know Oregon Zoo is nowhere as great as Texas Zoo, New York Zoo, and all those, but I just don't like the zoo.
Yeah.
So
that's not your speed.
If I'm going, you probably give me that one time, and we're done. I said I wanted to do the safari thing, but it's a 3-hour drive from here, so we ain't never did the safari thing. Me and my sister were supposed to take the kids to go to the safari here in Oregon. I ain't did that because you only give me once, so when you give me, you better give me right, and I guess it was never right. But like I said, I understood what like Stacey was saying, like there's no big deal on going to these kid friendly things on a couple dates, like just me and my man. That's true. It ain't a big deal, but apparently it's a big deal to this man. So you have to respect that in that area is what it is. Because I understand what Stacey's saying 100%.
Yeah.
Because I can go to what's it called? We have a place called Bowinkles. I can go to Bowinkles all the time without kids. I could have went to John's Incredible without kids. Shoot. I can go to Great Wood Lodge without kids. I don't look right going without kids. But I can go to Great Wood Lodge without kids. Like, I get it. Like, I can do these things as daytime with a man and be just as happy as a lark by ourselves. But if he's trying to include his kids, then that's when I feel like I can't really say much. There's not too much communication I can say, except for we're going to take them there this time, and then next time it's just going to be us romantic. It's going to be our date night of having a good time. No kids worried about, we just having fun. But I would have to explain it in such a fun and exciting way and never trying to exclude the kid. As I'm excluding the kid.
Well, we got to welcome some folks in. Let's stay entertaining. We've got House of X Entertainment. We stay entertaining.
Hey, we stay entertaining. We stay entertaining.
So we chatted it up about that last topic here. I think we're going to come to a close with our last and final topic.
Oh,
okay?
Last and final topic.
So we get into our last and final topic for today. Queen Lenore. So this guy here is having an issue. Because he really is enjoying this girl. Like, he really is feeling her. They've been going on a good couple of dates. And he's kind of got in his mind, like, he wants to take this to a different level. But the problem is, and she's been very clear about it, she was in a 5-year-long relationship. And it's not like she just freshly got out of it or anything, but she still is living with her ex. So they had
That she was in a 5-year relationship with?
So they broke up, but they apparently still had, some type of leasing agreement or something when it came to the housing, and they are still living together. So he's kind of like all over the place about this here situation, and he wants to know, like, would it even be a good idea for him to try to pursue this? Should he kind of cut his losses where he's at? Should he ask more questions? Like, what would you recommend for this guy to do in this situation?
Right.
Okay, that's what you said.
No, really, you got, and this is why I say it. But first, before I go there, Stacey says something.
Yeah, she said the other thing is, you're in a family-friendly place. Y'all can't be that intimate, kid or no kid.
Ain't that the truth?
And Stacey said, cut your losses, dude.
Yeah, and let me explain. She was in a 5-year relationship with this dude that she's still living with.
Mm-hmm.
That means she ain't had time to heal from that 5-year relationship with that dude. That means she's going to carry on the bitter and anger that she had with that 5-year relationship onto you because there's no healing time. And you know she ain't got no healing time because she's still living with the dude.
Exactly.
Because me, I'm moving out. I'm taking my name off the lease and I'm peace.
Yes, heading out.
I'm out. If we bought a house together, give me my money.
Mm-hmm.
I'm out. That's just where it's at.
Yeah.
So I can have time to heal. She should not be dating nobody right now.
Mm-hmm.
She just shouldn't. She ain't healed yet. You gonna go through some horrible moments with this woman because she's gonna always compare you to a 5-year dude.
Mm-hmm.
You don't need to be compared to no 5-year dude. You just trying to be yourself. And for her to be like, that's what Joe used to do. Why you comparing me to Joe? I'm not Joe. Well, you acting like Joe. See? Then you gonna have a problem with that. So I'm saying, no, run.
Well, and this Frugal Mama said, right? And Stacey said, ooh, that part. Even if I'm in the red, gotta go.
Yeah, you got to. I'm just saying, that 5-year relationship is still going on now.
Yeah.
Because they still live together.
Mm-hmm.
So don't. I just,
I think that was a very quick one.
Yeah.
All right. It's just
she
enough for
still
him.
walking around the house in underwear and come.
Yeah.
Exactly. Because he already see me naked. Ain't no reason for me to hide.
Exactly.
He walking around with his thing, his junk hanging out, chilling. Whatever they was doing before, they still doing now.
Mm-hmm.
They broke up because somebody wanted some freedom, but don't really want too much freedom because neither one has moved out.
Yeah.
Because it really don't take that. If you live in an apartment or rented a house, it don't take that much to get your name off a lease. You can get your name off a lease real quick and leave it to that person. That's just what it is. So, that's just break the lease and pay that extra money, whatever the case may be. I just feel like, you don't know what you're putting yourself into. There's a woman out there that is free. She ain't got no baggage. She ain't carrying no baggage. And this one, you can see the baggage. Now, she lived on her own and just broke up 5 years. You can't see the baggage.
Mm-hmm.
You seeing the baggage. They still live together. Like, you go over
So
there.
you just saying,
that man's
run for
sitting
the
up
hills.
there in his drawers eating popcorn and drinking a beer. And she probably went in there and got him a beer. Like, because you stay in a habit.
Mm-hmm.
It's a habit. Like, if I go in there and I'm like, oh, I go, this is my day, and I cook something romantic for Chris. I'm going to still almost do. I have to remind myself I can't cook romantic. So then I'll do something that ain't romantic. Oh, here's your plate. It's on the table. I'm not going to deliver it to you. You just still have that same thing that's just repetitive. And then they decide to get back together, and you just sitting up there looking like a joke.
And I think that one right there was just, it's the red flags. But some people, they get so caught up where they feel like, man, this is just so right. But, you got to really look into the whole situation. And I think, especially for guys, they see something that they really want. They lose the rationality. And I know it's both sides, too. But, I feel like a guy, even stepping into this area, he definitely know he wanted whatever she had, but it's not thinking about her. She's being completely transparent about the situation. Yeah, I'm still, I broke up with my ex, but we still unfortunately do live together at this time. Like, there's nothing but transparency. So you know what to do in this situation, and even if you want to put her bookmark her for a good couple of years, you can do that too.
Do something, but yeah,
so
let it go.
With that being said,
Let it go.
That was our last one. I'm going to also give one that we're going to talk about next week. So I want to let everybody kind of set on that one because we had some pretty good ones today. But I think that last one right there that we had when it comes to the child, that was really a good conversation, and I don't want to get it too off topic with this next one that we have. So we're going to save that one for next week. We're going to simmer it in for that. Y'all can keep that in your mind and think whatever y'all want to think. But before we do that, we're going to go ahead and welcome somebody in. We got
Bert Wendell.
Welcome in. He says, hi, Love and Live Show. Good afternoon.
Hello, hello, hello.
All right, to you and everyone in the chat. Thank you. Nice to see you in here, Bert.
Yes, it is.
All right, so everybody, we in here. We're stepping in for the last relationship advice topic. And so this guy right here, all right, it's the boyfriend coming in. So his girlfriend, she was, telling him about this guy at work, right? And so at work, he been kind of crushing on her and stuff like that. And she just been transparent and letting him know, like, maybe for security or whatever it may be. Well, apparently they had went out, her and the coworker, and she came back home talking about it was the most amazing night she's had. And this guy is crushed by that. So we're gonna go ahead and talk about that tomorrow.
Oh, next week.
No, not tomorrow. Next week. We're gonna talk about that next week. That's probably gonna be in the title and the thumbnail. Y'all gonna see, a good conversation happening with that, because I can already tell Queen Lenore is kind of stirred up off that one a bit. But anyway, Bert, he said, all right, thanks for that warm welcome.
No problem.
Stacey said, yes, Eli, with the commercial for next week.
Yes.
Yeah, we're going to get into that one next week. All put simply, the guy's girlfriend went out on a date or an outing with a coworker that likes her. It was the most amazing time for her. We're going to go ahead and close out by saying,
remember to love and live each day as if it were your last.
You guys take care and have a good one.
Yo. L&L. L&L. Woo. 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 Love and Live Show. It's hot. Taste the hot. I'm ready. Love and Live. Let's go. Love and Live Show. Motivation speakers. Positive affirmation. Tune in every week. We need a Monday family meeting. Eli always cheating. Relationship advice on Wednesday so you don't go creeping. Thursday game time. Come in and unwind. Friday night shout out time. Creators grind and shine. Pop up at the pop up. Shop up at the shop up. Get your bomb.com seasons for your potluck. Tropical morning for your royalty. Love and Live Empire bringing all the heat. Wanna taste that heat? Woo. Try to taste the heat. Woo. Hot sauce, that sweet heat is banging like this beat. Woo. Chocolate burning, love, mild watermelon. Heat. Dynamite's the truth. Have you woo? Elijah, favorite nephew. Lenora, she know it's the truth. Adriana, Chris. Everybody love Chris. Love and Live Show.
It's the love and live show.
Love and Live.
It's the love and live.
We be laughing, having fun.
Get up and stay. Love and live. Get up and stay. Love and live.
Love and live each day as if it was your last.
The love and live show.
Smooches.
The love and live show. Love and live.
Yep. This is Love and Live Shots.